Let's talk about a crypto project that has absolutely exploded in popularity. It's called the Pi Network. Millions of people around the world have downloaded the app. They are all mining Pi coins on their phones every single day. The idea behind it was simple. Make cryptocurrency accessible to everyone. You don't need a powerful computer or a ton of money to get started. All you need is your smartphone and a daily tap on a button. This low barrier to entry is exactly why the community has grown to over 60 million users, all hoping to be part of the next big thing in digital currency. The excitement is truly something else. People who have never owned Bitcoin or Ethereum are now part of the Pi community. They call themselves pioneers. They see this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's the chance to get in on the ground floor of a project before it hits the big exchanges. The promise is that one day, these coins they're collecting for free might actually be worth real money. This hope is what keeps them coming back to the app, day after day, clicking that mining button and watching their Pi balance grow slowly, but surely. The big question everyone is asking is, what will Pi actually be worth? This is where things get really interesting and a little bit complicated. The network is currently in what's called an enclosed mainnet. This means you can't officially trade your Pi coins for dollars, euros, or any other currency just yet. You can only use it within the Pi ecosystem for certain approved transactions. So, all this mining is happening in anticipation of the open mainnet, the day when Pi is finally released into the wild and can be traded freely on public exchanges. This waiting period has created a huge amount of speculation. It's a massive social experiment, really. You have tens of millions of people holding a digital asset with no official price. Will it be worth pennies? Will it be worth dollars? Or could it be worth something much, much more? This uncertainty has split the community into different camps, each with its own strong beliefs about Pi's future value. The debate is passionate, and it's happening every single day in online forums, social media groups, and community chats all around the globe. It's a fascinating situation to watch unfold. Now, let's dive into one of the most talked about ideas within the Pi community. It's called the Global Consensus Value, or GCV for short. This isn't an official price set by the creators of Pi. Instead, it's a value that a large group of community members have decided to agree upon among themselves. They believe that if enough people agree that one Pi is worth a specific, high amount, then that will become its real value. It's an attempt to create value through collective belief and agreement, rather than letting the open market decide the price from scratch. The most famous number associated with GCV is $314,159 per Pi coin. Yes, you read that right. The number is a clever nod to the mathematical constant Pi, which is about 3.14159. Supporters of this GCV price are incredibly passionate. They argue that starting with such a high value is necessary. They believe it will establish Pi as a serious global currency right from the start. They see it as a way to empower the early adopters, the pioneers, who have been faithfully mining and supporting the network for years, turning their digital efforts into significant wealth. The logic behind the GCV movement is rooted in the idea of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Proponents believe that if merchants and users start trading goods and services using this high value, it will set a powerful precedent. For example, a GCV supporter might offer to trade a car or even a house for just a few Pi coins. By doing these high-value peer-to-peer transactions, they hope to prove that the value is real. They see it as a revolutionary way to launch a currency, giving the power to the people, not the big financial markets. This vision is very powerful for many. It paints a picture of a world where early believers are rewarded handsomely. It suggests that their loyalty and daily taps on an app could lead to life-changing financial freedom. The GCV movement has created its own ecosystem of supporters who actively promote this value online. They share stories of successful peer-to-peer trades and encourage others to hold on to their Pi until this value is recognized everywhere. This creates a strong sense of community and shared purpose, but it also sets the stage for a major clash with a different point of view. On the other side of this debate are the market realists. This group includes many crypto experts, financial analysts, and even some members of the Pi community. They argue that the GCV of $314,159 is completely unrealistic and not based on any sound economic principles. They point out that the value of any asset, whether it's a stock, a commodity, or a cryptocurrency, is ultimately determined by supply and demand on the open market. It's about what someone is actually willing to pay for it at any given moment on an exchange. These critics do the math, and the numbers are staggering. If one pi were worth over $300,000, the total value of all pi coins would be in the quadrillions of dollars. That would be more than 300 times the entire world's GDP. From their perspective, this is simply not possible. They warn that promoting such a high number creates false hope and sets up many pioneers for a huge disappointment. They believe the actual price, once pi hits the exchanges, will start very low, likely close to zero, and will have to build its value over time. This fundamental disagreement has caused a lot of tension and conflict within the pi community. GCV supporters often accuse the realists of having no faith and trying to devalue the project. On the other hand, the realists accuse GCV promoters of spreading misinformation and creating a situation that feels more like a cult than a serious financial project. This clash is visible everywhere, from heated arguments on social media to conflicting information being shared with new users, making it very confusing for anyone trying to understand the project's potential. The realists emphasize that true, sustainable value comes from utility. What can you actually do with pi? Does it have a robust ecosystem with useful decentralized applications? Can it handle a large volume of transactions quickly and securely? Is it being adopted by businesses for real-world payments? They argue that until these questions are answered positively, any price is pure speculation. The focus, they say, should be on building a functional and useful network, not on dreaming about an impossibly high price tag before the project is even fully launched. So, what do the creators of Pi Network, the core team, say about all of this? Their position is actually very clear, and it sides with the market realists. The core team has officially stated that they do not endorse the GCV of $314,159. In fact, they have actively cautioned their community against this narrative, calling it misinformation. They have repeatedly emphasized that when the open mainnet launches, the value of Pi will be determined by the market. They've even said the price will likely start at or near $0. The core team has gone as far as sending out public messages to its massive user base. They've urged pioneers to help combat the spread of false information by sharing facts from official sources. This move was met with mixed reactions. Some community members were happy to see the team take a stand against the unrealistic hype. However, others criticized them for not being more direct sooner, and for placing the responsibility of fighting misinformation on the community itself. The core team is trying to manage expectations for a more stable, long-term launch. Looking ahead, the launch of the open mainnet will be the moment of truth. When Pi coins become freely tradable on major cryptocurrency exchanges, the debate will finally be settled by the market itself. The price will be determined by the balance of people wanting to sell their mined coins versus those wanting to buy them. If many pioneers decide to cash out immediately, the supply could overwhelm demand, pushing the price down. If most decide to hold, and new buyers are interested, the price could climb. For anyone involved in Pi, whether you're a longtime pioneer or just curious, the best advice is to be patient and cautious. It's crucial to get your information from the official Pi network channels, and to be skeptical of promises that sound too good to be true. The journey of Pi is far from over, and its true value is yet to be determined. The focus should be on the technology, the ecosystem's development, and real-world adoption. The price will eventually take care of itself, but it will be a result of hard work and utility, not just collective hope.